thanks to both of you for that. And I know you mentioned this in your comments, Doug, you really tested us. You took us to task on being cross-platform, interoperating with any database, et cetera. But I want to emphasize that Ignition is built entirely on Java programming language. Java is well supported and allows Ignition to work with any major operating system, including open source operating systems such as Linux, which you obviously tested. But here's a question on the operating system question. I know we're backwards compatible with our Ignition to certainly back to Windows XP, but next month Microsoft is terminating its support for Windows XP. It probably could affect a lot of manufacturers. How can a cross-platform solution, you can comment on that first, and then how can a cross-platform solution help avoid those types of problems with certainly with Windows XP end of life and into the future? Kyle, your thoughts?
For us, it just prevents the need for the end users to have such old systems. I mean, we routinely see other HMI platforms that are still running on Windows NT, Windows 2000, and with Java and with Ignition, you can repurpose a lot of that older hardware. You can install Linux on there. You can run Java and Ignition on top of that, and it prevents the upfront capital costs with upgrading now that XP is out of support. I mean, with XP out of support, now there's no bug fixes, there's no security holes that are being patched, and it's going to be a big security risk moving forward. So just the ability to run different platforms just helps us make a more secure system. So,
thanks, Kyle. Doug?
Oh, absolutely. If you think about it, you're on the factory floor. You've got an application that's running an OEM machine that's based in Ignition. You've totally thrown away whatever you had on there, and you've thrown an Ignition system up. Let's say somebody drives a forklift through it, and you need to get back online on that machine quickly. And I know that sounds like a worst case, but occasionally things break. With this cross-platform capability, you literally can bring anything to the spot, no matter what it is, and get an interface on it almost immediately and have functionality. Before, in the typical OEM SCADA environment, you have specific hardware and specific software that you have to run in order to get that functionality. There's, if you've got a 12-inch monitor and you're running a particular version of the software in the background for the interface, that's what you have to use. And if you break it and you don't have an exact one sitting on the shelf, it is very difficult to cobble a solution together, sometimes impossible. With Ignition, it's built on Java. You can run down to Best Buy and buy whatever's on the counter, come back in there, slap it in, and you're back online. And that right there, that from a maintenance manager perspective, which I've done in my past, being able to come up with a solution that's not custom, oh wow, that's huge.